Okay, here we go. Hey guys, so sorry. We had a lot of technical difficulties tonight. Thank you. I don't know if anyone's going to join tonight. We shall see. Hey, are those snacks still in here? Mm-hmm. Oh well. Somebody's on. Hello, who are you? Y'all let me know you're here by saying hello, so I know you're here. Whoever it was decided not to stay. Okay. Are y'all upset with me because I was late? Somebody came and gave it a like and then left. Once everybody gets on, I'll explain my tardiness. Doody 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 doo. Do a live show, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Where is everybody at? I know I'm late, but I'm here. Wasn't my fault. I had to get a new phone and just seen what? Oh. Is anybody on right now? If you're on, say hello. We'll give it a few minutes, and if no one comes on, we'll scratch it for tonight and try again next Sunday. It's the only thing I know to do. Let me know you're here by saying hello. It's not giving me a chat option. What on earth is going on? Hey, can someone say something, please? Just so I'll know if this is on. Oh, there we go. Hello. E. I'm just going to call you E because I don't know how to say that. Hmm? What? Can you rub the bed? Silly. Okay, you can't get on the bed.
Can I get on the bed?
I don't know, can you?
Bed.
There's nobody on. Somebody came on, but then they left.
No one came on? Oh.
I'm late coming on tonight because
Someone said hey.
I know that's what I'm saying. That person came on and said hey, but then they left. I guess it says 0. Now it says 1. E Heart, are you still here? What is that? Emoxa Heart? I don't know. E Heart? I'll just call you E. Are you still here?
Wait, 2 people on.
It says 2 people on. I switched accounts. Okay.
Wait.
Can you hear me, Michelle? Heron? Can you hear us okay? It's not giving me my chat options like it usually does. I don't know what's the deal. It's not giving me any tap. Okay, thank you, Michelle. She can hear me. Who else is on? Who else is here with us? Say hi.
Three people on. Oh, we only have one light, Daddy. 3 people on and 1 light.
Right now, I'm just worried about getting the show started. We can worry about lights later.
Okay.
If you're on, say hello, please. Let us know you're here, so we can get started for tonight. I was late coming on. I apologize. I switched phones. I had to get a new phone because my other one was kind of being aggravating. So I didn't remember that none of the info for Google or YouTube was not on this new phone until I tried to start the show tonight at 9 o'clock. And it wouldn't let me start the show because I couldn't get Cappy's email or YouTube on this phone. So I had to go and find out the password. I found out an old password, which wasn't the real password. So then I had to go through the long process of changing the password and proving that I was authorized to change the password. And so that's why, hi Morgan, that's why I was late getting on. Morgan says, hi pretty Dakota.
Hola.
She says, hola.
That means hi.
I know. I love you.
I love you too.
I was late getting on because I was cleaning. I understand that. Don't worry about it. I was late too. So like I said, I couldn't get on. I had to go through a whole long process of getting Google on here and YouTube, and it was crazy. But we did get it on, and now it's done. So we won't have to worry about it no more. Morgan Page says, ¿Cómo está, Dakota? Muy bien.
I haven't said the words in a while. I forgot what they mean.
She said, ¿Cómo está? She's asking, how are you? Okay, muy bien.
Muy bien.
Say it a little slower so she'll understand you. You said, muy bien.
Muy bien.
Hey, Katie. Good evening. I'm late, as usual. I have an actual good excuse this time for being late. I had to load everything on here. She said, muy bien. Very good. Take glasses. Yeah, we had to load everything onto this phone. For you guys that wasn't here, one of our explained, I had to, didn't have all the info, squirrel. Yeah. Katie says, hi, beautiful Dakota.
Hola. I just got to say hola to everybody. There's 3 like 7 people.
Mm-hmm. If there's anyone on right now that has not, hey John, has not, yes, happy anniversary to Beth and Tom, absolutely. 23 years of marital bliss. That's awesome. John says, hello, beautiful Dakota.
Hola. I told you I was going to say hola to everybody.
Yep. If there's anybody on right now that has not already hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. And then hit the notification bell so you'll know when we are on. And you can watch us every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, when I'm not late. And we talk all things paranormal. That's what we does. And sometimes we get cheek kisses.
And Cappy hugs.
And Cappy hugs.
Maybe Dakota hugs.
Oh, I love a Dakota hug. Dakota hugs are my favorite.
Have anybody had a Dakota hug or just Cappy hugs?
I kind of want the Dakota hugs to be just mine.
You know I have 100 billion thousand Dakota hugs, right?
Oh my goodness.
Maybe more than that.
I guess you can share with some people.
Actually, I have affinity. More than affinity.
Infinity of hugs.
Yep.
That's a lot of hugs.
Actually, more than affinity.
We're under tornado warning, Johnny. Uh-oh. Well,
Oh, no.
our prayers are with you guys. Hopefully, y'all keep
Yep.
your eye on the skies and be careful. Maybe it's just like the regular Alabama tornado warning where it just... Usually people don't get hit by tornadoes unless there's no warning. When there's a warning, nothing happens. When there's not a warning, that's when people get hit.
Why?
I don't know. It's just silly.
That is. I was gonna say silly.
Just like your pa.
Have I showed them the turtle with that
I don't
fairy
know.
stuff?
I don't think so.
I gotta show them. Can I?
Sure.
Okay. Sandra, welcome.
I've had a Dakota hug. Morgan says she's had a Dakota hug.
Wait, she has?
Yes. She said she has.
I guess.
Get to your safe place. Yes, definitely. Or tornado warning. Yeah, that's... I don't know why, but whenever I said warning, I was thinking watch. I didn't know anybody was under tornado warning right now.
Her name's Sparkles.
Yeah, get to your safe place, Morgan. Don't be worrying about watching this. Get to where you need to be. Are you going to show them?
Yep. I got a little pet for Easter. Just to give you a hint, it's a stuffed animal. Not actually. Really.
John says, I've had several Dakota hugs. He sure has.
Yeah, he has. Alright.
Are you going to show him the turtle or not?
I'm gonna show them the turtle.
When? Because you're moving like a turtle.
Alright. She's name is... What's her name again?
I don't know. I didn't name her.
Sparkles.
Yes, Sparkles. That's it.
You guys are ready? Daddy, can you count?
3,
2,
1.
0.
Sparkles. Dun, dun, dun.
Look, she's smiling. And her eyes are hearts with rainbow.
Oh, someone said something. Hold on. One day I'll get me a Dakota hug. Probably not, Katie.
What do you mean?
She'll never come to anywhere we're at.
You know I can give everybody my Dakota hug right now.
You can give everybody Dakota hugs, but you can't give Katie a Dakota hug because Katie won't ever come to any of the events.
But I can do the hug on
You give her a
the phone.
virtual hug.
Yeah.
They're not as good as the real thing. I've had the virtual and I've had the real thing. The real thing's a lot better.
I can't reach.
We're going to wait for a few more people to come on.
There's only 5 people.
John, where's Beth at? Where's Beth? I haven't seen her on yet. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. You guys give me a minute, please. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm talking out of school here. No, I didn't miss anything. Virtual Dakota hugs. Yep.
Yeah.
No,
I got a
no.
question for you.
What is your question you have?
And
me?
for them. Should I name her Polka Dot or Sparkle?
I like Sparkles.
Okay.
Katie says, I'm giving you a big virtual hug right back, Dakota.
Yay. We're both getting each other hugs.
Giving hugs right now. Okay, wait, here. You give hugs. When I say go, give a hug.
Wait,
Okay.
but how? I can't even reach.
Huh?
I can hardly read.
Yeah, you can. I'll turn it this way so you can go up there.
All
But when
right.
I say 3, 2, 1, you give a hug, okay?
Right.
Katie, when I say 3, 2,
To
1, you
everybody?
give to Katie.
To everybody?
Katie, when I say 3, 2, 1, you give a hug, and then y'all be hugging virtually at the same time. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, don't squeeze her too tight.
And done.
There you go. Now y'all got your Dakota hugs. I'm getting off of here because I've had 6 hours of sleep. Okay, you're always getting off every time you come on. You never come on and watch a whole show, so just leave, Morgan. Who cares?
Who cares?
10 hours of sleep in 2 days. We care, don't we?
Yes, we care.
Yeah, we care.
We're just
She's always got
kidding.
some excuse why she can't stay for the whole show. She just comes on for like 3 minutes and leaves.
Or 1 minute.
Yeah. Swear. Some people.
Guess what we did today?
What did we do today?
We went to the horses.
Yeah, we went to the horse ranch, and what did we do?
Have a picnic.
We had a picnic. Yay! It was so fun.
We got to eat hot dogs and chips and
Hot dogs and chips. And
Aubrey was there.
Aubrey was there. You got to hang out with Aubrey today? Awesome.
But Allie
Aubrey's
wasn't.
part of our Cappy family. And now you're sad because you're not hanging out with her no more.
No, because Allie didn't come.
Who didn't come?
Allie.
Oh, Allie, yeah. She didn't come. Katie says thank you for the awesome hug.
You're welcome.
Well, all right. Well, let's do some coming events.
Oh, Daddy. We forgot to tell them we fed the horses with apples. Wait, what color were they?
Green.
Green. And I got the 8 one. Aubrey got the 8 one.
Yep.
What was your favorite
John
part?
said he was coming to work. He says, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
She really misses Allie. Her and Aubrey both were saying it would be awesome if she would have been there.
Yeah.
Michelle and Allie could have came. Just because
know.
just because you got called into work don't mean they couldn't have come. Or you could have just called and said you couldn't make it or something. I don't know.
We haven't seen Allie in a long time.
I know, right? Too
In a
long.
while.
Everybody's got to work.
We can't.
It's the only way they can pay bills.
It's not Cappy Kids without 3.
That's right. Gotta have all the Cappy kids.
I know. It's got to be 3 for Cappy Kids.
Maybe she'll get to come next time.
I hope.
Me too. All right, let's look at some coming events. We have Cappy Camp.
Cappy Camp.
Cappy Camp, the most funnest, most awesomest,
Let me say something.
most coolest camp ever is those darn pesky bills. Right, Katie? Those darn pesky, they're always there. John knows how that is. So do I. They just keep coming, too, whether you can pay them or not.
Oh,
But we have Cappy Camp coming up in July. What is it? 9th through the 11th?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, 9th through the 11th. It's going to be at Paul M. Grist Park right outside. Yeah, John says 9th through the 11th. Yep. Going to be at Paul M. Grist State Park. Right outside. It's in a little town called Plantersville, which is just east of Selma. About 20 minutes outside of Selma and about 30 minutes west of Prattville, off of 22.
Oh, and just so you guys know, if everybody comes to Cappy Camp, they get a Dakota hug.
Whoa.
And a Cappy hug.
What about a Cappy attack hug?
Some of them I can't do.
Yeah, some of them you can though.
But slow.
Most of them you can.
attack. Cappy hug.
Yeah,
Play
do a
with the
slow
best
Cappy attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got Cappy Camp coming up. If you've ever been to a Cappy Camp, you really should try to make it to one. It is a lot of fun. We have a blast at Cappy Camp. This will be July 9th through the 11th. This coming July 9th through the 11th at Paul M. Grist State Park in Plantersville, Alabama.
Wait.
It is amazingly fun there. It's beautiful there. They got a 100-acre lake there. They've got ducks that are scared of laser lights. They've got camping. They've got RV hookups. They've got swimming. They've got hiking. They've got trail rides. We may, I don't know yet for sure, but we may bring a couple of horses
Can we swim?
to Cappy Camp. Yep.
Do they have
Yeah,
a
in
park?
July. We have a park.
They have
You know all
everything.
this. You've been there.
Oh, right, that one.
Yeah. Yes, they have a park to play in for the kids. They have a lot of hiking trails, a lot of horseback riding trails. It's a lot of fun, guys. It really is. Cappy Camp is an amazing time. And Paul M. Grist Park is one of my favorite places to go and do geese, not ducks. Yeah, John, you're right. They're geese. Geese that are afraid of laser lights. You're right. Thank you for correcting me on that. Yep, they're geese. But Paul M. Grist is one of my favorite places to go. It really is. I have a lot of fun there. If you want to fish, you can even fish. And it's really considered private property, so you don't need a license. So there you go. It's a lot of fun. You guys will not murder swans, all right? You guys will not regret coming to Cappy Camp, especially at Paul Grist. And then we're going to do another Cappy Camp after that one, probably closer to the fall, in Kaimolga, which is in Childersburg, Alabama. So we'll have that one coming up as well. So if you guys can make it to Cappy Camp and you want to take the class or anything like that, just contact me, John, or Beth, and we'll get you set up on that. The price of the class, something we need to talk about again too. We had moved the price of the class up to $50 a head. The only reason I did that, I don't like charging at all for the class, but I have to have help when I do the class, so I have to put some sort of charge down there. $25 was what we used to do it for. We used to do it for free, but it got costing me so much money, I just couldn't do it anymore. So we moved it to 25. 25 pretty much paid for each student. We didn't make any money off of it. And sometimes it wouldn't even pay for each student either. But so we moved it up to 50. Well, we got to talking about it. The CAPI managers all got to talking about it, and we were just thinking that it's just too much money to ask people to pay, especially right now when nobody has any money. So we dropped that price back down to $25. So y'all know CAPI. We're not in this for the money. Even though we've been called scam artists and charlatans and all that stuff, we don't make any money doing this. I promise you, we don't make any money doing this. We pay a lot of money to do this.
Well, we don't make any.
We don't make any money doing this. We all have to have full-time jobs. So John just popped his email up there. Pop up mine too if you don't mind, John. And just holler at John if you want to come to a Cappy Camp, or he's about to throw up my email. You can holler at me, or Beth. I don't know, is Beth on yet? Are you here, Beth?
The saddest part about Cappy Camp is leaving, and
Yeah, that is sad when we have to leave.
and
We have so much fun.
there was something else.
But if you want to come to Cappy Camp, just holler at one of us. We'll get you set up. You can holler at me, John, or Beth. I think Beth might not come on tonight because they had a long day. She said they had a full work day today. They had a lot of stuff to do. They're trying to get some stuff fixed around their house and their boat and everything. So I think they had a long day. So they may have decided to hit the hay early tonight.
Daddy,
Yes,
that's annoying.
I know, right? A little loud. There's Aubrey. She says hello.
Hi.
All right, there's both mine and John's email right there. So if you want to go to Cappy Camp, and if you want to take the class, you don't have to. We had this discussion not long ago. Some people think that the only time, bye baby, the only time they can come to Cappy Camp is if they want to take the class. Well, that's not true. Y'all just got home? All right. But that's not true. You don't have to take the class to come to Cappy Camp. You don't have to. We don't have to even do the class at Cappy Camp. If I have at least one person there that wants the class, we'll do it. But it's not, Cappy Camp's not just about the class. John, our team manager, actually came up with the idea of doing Cappy Camp a couple years ago, probably now, saying that it would be a good chance for us to get together and do the class and meet new people and, you know, just have fun. And it was a good excuse to go camping because we all love to camp so much. So we were just like, yeah, let's do it. And so it worked out so good. But it's not all about doing the class. The Cappy Camp's not all about taking the Paranormal 101 class or the Haunting Investigations 101 class. It's not all about that. It's just about fellowship and getting together. And a lot of times when you work in a field such as what we do, where you're considered a pseudoscience, and your research is usually frowned upon, and even your evidence is scrutinized so much to where they finally come up with an excuse to where it's not real. It's good to get with people that are like-minded, you know. It's good to have people there to talk to about your experiences, about your investigations. It's good to have people there that are wanting to learn about the paranormal, and it's great to be able to teach those people about the paranormal. So Cappy Camp is not all about the class. Yes, we do the class here at Cappy Camp, absolutely we do, but it's not all about that. You can come and not do the class, but still this is Kylie. Good night. Good night, Kylie. Oh, Katie's Kylie. Good night, girl. Um, you could come and still do the camp without doing the class. You do not have to do the class to do the camp. All right. So, if anybody wants to come to Cappy Camp just to hang out with like-minded paranormal enthusiasts, but you don't want to take the class, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Still have a great time, and you don't have to pay for the $25 if you come. We don't charge you for that. If you don't take the class, you don't pay. The only thing you'd have to pay then is whatever the campground that we're at that particular time charges for tents. That's the only thing you'd have to pay, or RVs, whatever you decide you want to bring. You don't have to do anything else. I was just gonna bring those snacks in here.
Huh?
I said I thought you went to get the snacks.
Oh, that's so.
Huh? Oh, okay. Hey, if I know you probably don't feel like it, but I just wanted to tell you because I told him would. Brandon had to get the dogs a couple of times, and he said that his wife saw how they were getting out, and she would gladly show you where it was at. You just have to let her know that you want to, and she would show you. I'm sure you probably don't feel like it, but I'm just letting you know that's what he said.
Probably either dug a hole or they're climbing over the fence.
I think the way he's talking is they're coming through someone else's yard and then coming over here. So they're literally leaving our yard, going to someone else's yard, walking back around and coming in the front of our yard to play.
Yeah, they're climbing over that fence where it came down.
Yeah, well, that tree hit it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to do some home logistics. We have a couple of dogs that are escape artists, and they keep getting out. And we have a neighbor that is just freaking awesome. That they catch them every time when we're not home and put them back in. But yeah. So good night, Carter. Katie has such an awesome family, y'all. It's Katie, Nathan, Carter, and Kylie, and they're in Texas, and they are just amazing people. They really are. We love them to death. They've joined us on investigations via satellite, but her son Carter is super interested in the paranormal, and she is too. So is Katie. Husband and Kylie, I don't think so much, but it's great to have Cappy family members so far away. Because we have Cappy family members that talk to us sometime from Europe, places in Europe. We have definitely in England, that part of Europe. Where else have we had people come on from? Greenland, A bunch of places. It's about fellowship with our Cappy family. That's right, John. That's what Cappy Camp is all about. It's fellowship with the Cappy family. That's all it is. It's not an excuse to do the class or to get people to take the class or anything like that. We do that at Cappy Camp. And I think that's probably I'm sorry about the dogs, y'all. They get a little excited. I think Michelle went outside. They freak out when she goes outside because they love her. But I think the driving force behind John's creation of Cappy Camp was the class. That was the driving force that started everything. But it's not the reason why we do Cappy Camp. We do Cappy Camp because it's fellowship with the Cappy family. We get to meet people that we only hear or watch we can only see what they write, in comments, or we only get to hear them on the telephone every now and then. And we want to be with everybody. We want to be with our family. We want to be with our friends and our listeners and our watchers. And that's why we do what we do. So the class is a big part of Cappy Camp. It's an excuse to do the class. And like I said, I think it was the driving force behind John's awesome idea of doing Cappy Camp. But it's not all we do there. You don't have to do Cappy Camp just to take the class. You can do Cappy Camp just because you want to hang out with us and have fun and be with like-minded people. I will, Aldrich, absolutely. The driving force was to go camping and hang out. The class was the excuse. There you go. Yep. I couldn't have said it any better myself. I tried, but I couldn't. So yeah, that's exactly the reason why we do it. It's so much fun, y'all. If you've never been to a Cappy Camp, you got to try it. June 9th, or is it June or July? Cappy Camp, Michelle, that's July. Yeah, I remember now. It's July. July 9th through the 11th. Plantersville, Alabama. That's Friday through Sunday. Yep, John says July. Thank you, John. 9th through the 11th, right. Y'all come and check it out. Come hang out with us. And you don't have to spend the night. You don't have to camp either. If you're not into camping, you don't have to come and camp if you don't want to. You can just come and hang out with us during the day and then leave when it gets dark. This particular one we're going to in July, which is Paul Ingris Park in Plantersville, is if you're not staying there in a tent or an RV, you have to leave it dark. But it's super, super fun. You won't regret coming. You won't regret hanging out with us. I promise you. We have a lot of fun. And if you do want to take the class, absolutely come take the class. You won't regret that part either. Because the class rocks. It is an awesome class. It really is. And I don't just say that because I'm doing it. I say it because it's true. It is an awesome, awesome class. It really is. So, you all come hang out with us if you want to. And like I said, if you don't get to make it to the July camp, we're going to do another one. Probably October or September in Kaimoga Park and Grist Mill and Cover Bridge. I can't remember exactly the name of it. It's in Childersburg, Alabama, but we'll announce that closer to the time. So it's independently owned, so you help out the local community, right? Right, absolutely. Yep. So y'all please come join us on Cappy Camps. We're going to be there regardless, even if nobody comes but us. And we've done that. We've had Cappy Camps where it's just been us. And we're okay with that because we're still just looking for an excuse to camp and hang out together. So if nobody comes, we'll still do the Cappy Camp. But like I said, if you want to come but you don't want to, you're not an outdoorsy type, you don't want to spend the night in the woods, no problem. Just come on and hang out with us during the day. And if you want to come and experience the full deal class, investigation, hands-on training, everything, you can come out with us and hang out and take the class and camp and just experience it. I'll tell you this much. Hey, Black Tower. Just got home, okay. Yeah, the investigation, thank you, John. The investigation part of Paul M. Gris is an abandoned summer camp that does have activity. But I'll tell you this much. If you come to Cappy Camp and you do the class and the camping, the whole 9 yards, you will want to come to every single Cappy Camp. I've never had anybody come to Cappy Camp and say, "Dear Lord, that was horrible. I'll never do it again." Ever. And we've had some bad situations in Cappy Camp, haven't we, John? We've slept in water before. So we've definitely had some bad experiences camping, but we've had some great ones too. But we've never ever had a Cappy Camp where we leave and anyone say, "I'll never do that again." It's always, when are we going to do this again? It's a lot of fun. I promise you, you won't regret it. Yeah, come check it out. All right. So, put it on your calendar, July 9th through the 11th, and we'll get that set up. If you have any questions or concerns or whatever, just let us know. John's already put both mine and his email up there. Y'all can contact either one of us. You can contact Beth Harris, who is our case manager. You can contact her as well on Facebook, and she'll get you rolling. I promise you. If you feel better talking to a female, just let John and I know, and we'll put you right in touch with Beth. John, do you know her email? I think it's B Harris. As soon as we have an open investigation, you are first on the list. What? Where'd that come from? Oh, I think he's talking to the Black Tower. I'm sorry. We were supposed to talk about the topic tonight on where we run down the. Thank you, John, for popping that back up there. Yeah, just holler at me or John, either one. Either one of those emails, you can holler at us, and we'll get you all set for Cappy Camp. Whether you do the July one or the October or September one. We'll get you set up either way. There's Beth's email. Thank you, John. bharriscappy.cappy@gmail.com. Yes, jbowen.cappy@gmail.com, jrushing.cappy@gmail.com, or bharris.cappy@gmail.com. That's mine, John's, and Beth's. The founder, the team manager, and the case manager's emails. If y'all have any questions about Cappy Camp, you want to know more about where we're going, any of that stuff, just pop either one of us an email and we will get you set up. I promise you. And you won't regret it. I promise you that too, because it's a lot of fun. It really is. I'm tired of setting up. I had to lay back, so I had to move the phone. I'm sorry. I think that's it. I think that's all we've got coming up right now. We've got a lot of investigations coming up. We're booked through October. I honestly won't come back. Okay, I honestly won't be making it this year. Oh man, I'm sorry, Black Tower. Well, I hope the surgery goes okay. We'll never stop doing Cappy Camp. So that's what I tell people when they say, "Oh, I can't make it to this one. I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Don't be sorry. We will never stop doing Cappy Camp. We love camping too much and hanging out. We'll still be doing Cappy Camps after your surgery, I promise. So, as long as I'm here, we'll be doing some Cappy Camps." Sorry, y'all, I have to reposition. I worked my booty off today, y'all. I had a little get together and I started getting it all set up and done early this morning, and we had a blast doing it, but it was still a lot of work getting it set up. But I think that's everything. Hey, Eric. Krista, I didn't see a Krista. Where's a Krista at? Oh yeah, Krista Phillips. I'm sorry, I didn't see her either. Hey, Krista, welcome to the show. All right, I think that's it, John. Is that right? Or am I missing anything else? I don't think I am. We're still waiting on Beth to set up the book club. She's going to get that set up whenever she's got time. They've been so busy getting everything fixed and in order that they're at their place. But yeah, I think that's everything. Beth's going to announce the book club. We've got Cappy Camp coming up. We've talked about that. We have a lot of investigations coming up. We'll be sharing some of that stuff with you guys. The team has now grown to where I can now have 3 teams at one time. We can actually do 3 separate investigations in one night simultaneously. We're going to have a team meeting in June, is it, Ben? I think it's June 12th, somewhere around there. We're having a team meeting, and we're going to do like a video or picture session. I don't know yet. We'll do something like that to where you guys can see and meet the entire team. Thank you, John. Yes, in June. But all the new members and everybody. But our new team has grown, and our investigator level has grown as well. Speaking of that, I want to take the opportunity right now before we get started to congratulate Michelle and Eric Davis. They just reached their investigator level. The last investigation was their 10th investigation. And for the people that have taken the class, you know that you can move through levels of being an investigator. Take new team pictures for the website. Yeah, we're going to take new team pictures for the website and let everybody get to know all the new people, and we'll have bios printed up about everybody, and so it'll be really cool. But Eric and Michelle, our last investigation was their 10th investigation. Y'all know that once you take the class, people that want to join the team and become investigators, they join the class or take the class. Then they do the investigation part of the class and the hands-on. They do the classroom, the investigation, and the hands-on. Or we do the classroom and hands-on and then investigation. Let me get it right. And then after that, if they want to join, they do another investigation. And after that investigation, they're voted on. And from the time that and if everybody on the team says yes, they're on the team. And then once they're on the team, their probation period starts, and they're investigators in training. And Eric and Michelle had to do 10 investigations with the team to reach that first level, which is a full-fledged investigators. And they did that last investigation. They became full-fledged investigators last investigation. So congratulations to Michelle and Eric Davis. We are very proud to have you on the team. I love these guys so much, y'all. They're so awesome. Eric and Michelle both. They're just phenomenal people. Eric is our research officer. He does a lot of the research for our investigations. And he's also our paragiver. He's our MacGyver in the paranormal because he fixes. Y'all, let me tell you what we did. John told me not to tell anybody, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. It's funny and it's sad at the same time, but we have what's called a Tesla energy cannon. It's something that we added to the team a year and a half ago, I guess, Michelle. Is that about right? Huh? About a year ago, we added a device called a Tesla energy cannon. When I first heard about these guys, I was like, I don't have it with me. It's in my car. But when I no, it's not. It's with Eric. Eric has it. But when I first heard about these guys, I was like excited. I was like, well, that's really cool because anybody that investigates paranormal knows that you have to have one thing. What is it? What's the most important thing you have to have before you can investigate, before you can gather evidence, before any? I mean, you can investigate without it, but you're not going to get anything. But it's the one thing we got to all have, living or dead, and it's called energy. You got to have energy, whether you're alive or you're dead. You got to have energy. Well, a lot of times an entity, if we go into a place that that is active, the entities will take power from our equipment. They will take. That's right, John. There you go. Energy. They'll take power from our equipment. They'll take power from us. They'll take power from the atmosphere. They'll take power from the clients. They'll take power from anywhere they can get it to get that energy. And so we were excited to purchase a Tesla energy cannon because this is a device that produces energy. It gives off that energy that the entities need to do whatever they want to do to interact with us. And so we were super excited about having it. We've been using this thing for a year now, y'all. And just about every investigation we go on, we use our Tesla energy cannon. And we're very proud to have it. And I would set it up. I'd plug it in and set the whole contraption up and tell the customer about it. The client, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. I'm tired, that's what it is. But I'd tell the clients, I'd be like, hey, this is, revolutionary. It's a new device. It won't do anything but hum a little bit and make a blue light. We're just going to set it up and it's going to give us energy. And they're always interested in it. And I'm always proud to have it. I'm like, yeah, we're a team that has, innovative and new technology. And so it's like really cool to have it. Well, probably 3 or 4 investigations ago, maybe more, several weeks ago, we turned it on and it started making a humming noise. And then it went from a humming to a buzzing until the buzzing got really loud. And what was happening was the fan that cools this thing off had fallen down some or gotten out of whack somehow, and it was hitting the surface of whatever we put it on. And so, excuse me, Tom is our equipment manager. Tom Harris is our equipment manager, but he's in charge of the equipment. And he does like equipment inspections, inventory list. He does he a lot of times we'll go to him to find out where we're going to put devices during investigations. He's responsible for making sure all equipment, CAPI and personal, is returned back to their rightful place. And he does a lot of this, but he doesn't work on the equipment. For that job, that's the other hat that Eric wears. Eric is our research officer, but he's also our MacGyver. He fixes things for us. He creates things for us. He creates more than he fixes. But so whenever the Tesla started messing up, I charged Eric with fixing it. I said, could you give this a shot? Can you figure it out? And so he said, yeah, absolutely. I'll take a look at it. So he took a look at it, and he had it for, I don't know, a week and a half, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. But he sent me a, sorry, excuse me, that was rude. He sent me a video, and he said, hey, I figured out what was wrong with the Tesla, and I fixed it. And he said, I also upgraded it a little bit. He said, by the way, for this past year that you've had this Tesla, we've been using it incorrectly. So the whole time we've had this thing, we wasn't even using it right. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, Johnny's been in the paranormal for 40 years, blah, 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 40 plus years, blah, blah, blah. He should know. Yeah, Johnny's been in the paranormal for 40 plus years, but the Tesla energy cannon hasn't. I don't know anything about all this new technology and stuff. I went by the way it looked, and I think I even looked it up because it didn't come with instructions. I looked it up on how to set it up and everything, and that's what I did. I set it up the way I was showed to set it up, and it wasn't correct. So for a year we've been using this damn thing, and it hasn't even been doing its job because we wouldn't allow it to, because it wasn't. I thought there's a big coil of wire, and you have to set that on a base that's surrounded by wires. And I'm sure they have technical names that Eric can tell you, but I don't know what they are, and I don't need to know what they are because that's why I have Eric. But you set this coil right in the middle of that, and to me, that's what all you needed to do was set that in there, and it would give off energy. And so we would tell our clients, hey, this thing is, we would tell the entities that if you need energy, don't take it from me or don't take it from my equipment or my batteries. Take it from the Tesla. It's giving off energy. So I'm sure there was several entities that would walk over to this thing and be like, you're an idiot. There's nothing coming out of this, because we wasn't using it correctly. We were using it wrong. New technology, learning new things. That's right. That's absolutely right, Michelle. But yeah, we found out that we weren't using it correctly. The coil that you set into the base in the middle of the wire circle there, it has to be actually connected to it. So Eric fixed it. He got it connected up for us, and got it. Now it has little wires coming out of it with these pretty little blue butterflies that are made of fire. So it's really cool. Made of electrical sparks actually, but it's super super cool. It really is. Eric fixed it up. He wasn't quite happy with how it turned out, so he's got it back now. The last time I saw him, I gave it back to him at the last investigation because he wants to tweak it a little bit, and he's doing some amazing things. He really is. If you have a team and you need to find you a MacGyver for your team, because this is a new territory for a lot of this equipment, and you need someone that knows how to work on it, knows how to operate it, and stuff like that. Especially if you're like me, I am technology ignorant, guys. I'm not going to kid you. So you got to have a man like Eric on your team to make it with this new technology. You got to have a case manager on your team like Beth, or you're just going to be sitting still, spinning your wheels. So, and a team manager like John, and everybody on our team, our equipment guy Tom, everybody. It's just amazing, and I'm so blessed to have everybody that's with us right now. Our new members that have just entered training as investigators in training. Their names are Joey, Josh, Edna, Madeline. I think it's everybody, isn't it? Yeah, of the new people. And of course, our investigators grew by two. Like I said, thank you, Eric and Michelle, for all you guys do. And thank you and congratulations. You're full-fledged investigators now. So you're not the new kids on the block anymore. Davis's. It always ends up being Old Man Jenkins at sunset. What did I miss? Let me go back and look at this. Have you ever unmasked any ghost? I hope you're being funny. Unmasked any ghost. You're too funny. Sunset watcher. Watching John. But it always ends up being, yeah, those darn meddling kids. All right, so I think that's everything we needed to talk about. Upcoming events, new things for the team. I'm really happy the fact that I can do 3 investigations at one time. We have a couple investigations. I know at least one we have coming up really soon that is going to be multiple houses around in the same area. but it's going to be multiple houses. So instead of going to one and doing an investigation, going to another one doing an investigation, going to another one doing an investigation, we have it set now to where we can have a 3 teams at any given spot in the same time. 3 separate places. We've got the equipment and we've got the manpower to do that now. So we're very happy about that. We're able to do what really big teams like we used to be when we had 30 plus people on the team, where we can do what they or we could back then without the drama and the numbers, because my small team is so professional and passionate about what we do and good at what they do, amazing at what they do, that we stand out like a 30-man team. So I want to thank my team for that. I really appreciate everything you guys do. I hope you know you're appreciated. I love you, every one of you, so very, very much. So I hope you know I do love you and appreciate you very much. I really do. So, I remember, I hate this chat thing. It goes off as soon as I start reading. I remember the story where some Bible people thought you were under control of spirits. Yeah, right? Yep, that's when we was doing our demonology. Yep. Or in our religion, I think is actually when we talked about that the last time. Yeah. Speaking of that, let's get on that. I don't have my research paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, instead of giving you I'll do that on the last one, which is next week. I'll give you all the references and everything like that. So tonight we're going to talk about the different ways religion explains the paranormal or the supernatural, and what they do and don't believe, and how, dare I say, narrow-minded they can be about the process. Christianity, no matter what sect you're affiliated with within Christianity, with the exception of a few, as a general rule, does not accept or believe in, if you will, the paranormal. Well, Johnny, that's not true. The Catholics used to do exorcisms. Pentecostals, Presbyterians, Baptists, and Methodists talk about Jesus speaking to a ghost, mini ghost. Yeah, you're absolutely right when you say that. That's absolutely true. They do. The Catholic Church, I think, still does exorcisms. They're just not publicized like they used to be. But when I say Christianity doesn't accept the paranormal, what I mean by that is they don't accept it as what we think it is. All right? And I say what we think it is because nobody knows for sure. All right, remember, I've said it a million times. The only way to know the paranormal 100% is to die, take notes, come back, educate. All right? Nobody wants to do that. But the Christian as a whole doesn't believe in the paranormal. They believe in the supernatural, but they don't believe in the paranormal. Well, wait a minute. What's the difference? What do you mean they believe in the supernatural, but they don't believe in the paranormal? There's a huge difference between supernatural and paranormal. Paranormal means not normal, right? It means Yetis. It means ufology. It means ghost. It means Jersey Devils. It means Sasquatch. You know, it means everything. And supernatural can just be the power of God, right? It could be the supernatural turning of water into wine, or feeding scores of people with just a few fish and a loaf of bread, or parting waters in the ocean. Yeah, the supernatural can be a many different things. This crazy knucklehead being born and claiming he's the son of God and the savior of man, and living for 33 years and then being killed and then raising from the dead and going home to his father's house and awaiting the matrimony of the bride and blah 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 blah, all this stuff, that's supernatural. So they do believe in the supernatural, they just don't believe in the paranormal. And they also don't believe, let me not say they don't believe in the paranormal, but they believe in the paranormal on a supernatural side of it. Do Catholics believe that there are spirits out there? Absolutely, they do, 100%. Most Christian sects do believe that there are spirits out amongst us. However, here's the kicker. They don't believe that any of those spirits were in skin at any time. They don't believe that they were ever human beings walking the face of the earth. They believe that, especially when you get into stuff like traditional Presbyterian and Methodist and some Old South Baptist, especially if it's a missionary Baptist or something like that, believe that there are ghosts out there, but they're all demons. They're all demonic. That none of them used to be alive and be people. Well, Johnny, I don't believe that, because I've seen my Aunt Agatha. I've seen my grandmother 2 weeks after she died, or I've seen my brother and my mother and my father and my son, whatever, just weeks after, they died, or a year after they died, or whatever. And that was no demon. It looked just like my Aunt Agatha. Well, what they say is because Satan has rule over the earth, he has power to do that, and he can fool you and make you think blah 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 blah. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. I don't believe that. If I believed that, I wouldn't be doing what I do, because it would just all be demonic. I'd be like, yeah, you got a demon, deal with it. I mean, it's nothing in it for me. I wouldn't do that, but I'd still chase them. But the point is, they believe in the paranormal. They believe that is there. They just believe the paranormal is a different thing than what we believe it is. Their partake of that is that it's evil geared, and that it's take you straight to hell kind of thing, And I see y'all's comments popping up. I'll get to them in just a second. But the more radical Christian groups, let me catch up before I get into that, because I don't want to get too far behind, because I always miss stuff when I get too far behind. So y'all give me just a second. All right, I remember that one, Scooby-Doo. Okay, let's see. I remember the story. Yeah, I remember that one. Ever thought of creation a Twitch account for your ghost streams? Ever thought of creation a Twitch account for your ghost stream? Oh, ever thought of creating, I think is what Sunset's trying to say, a Twitch account for your ghost streams? The fact that I do not know what Twitch is would say no, I have never thought of that. Sunset, but thank you for asking. Hi John, how are you? Hey Krista, she's saying hey. Yes, we've discussed. Oh, we discussed, what was it, Twitch before? That's a very big possibility. John is my he's my right hand man, and the reason is because he knows all this stuff and I don't. What makes John such an awesome team manager is he's on top of all that stuff. He knows, what it is and how it works, and I have absolutely nothing. He'll come to me and say, hey, have you thought about doing something like this with this account or this streaming service or with this and this? And I'm like, you got to tell me what all this stuff is, man. You're talking French to me and I don't speak a word of it. So I am, guys, when it comes to technology, I am ignorant big time. So I rely on my people to keep me straight, because I can just sit there and say yeah, oh yes, oh I know, I hate when that happens, oh I know it, yeah, oh yeah, well I knew you had to connect that to that, yeah. And I just very good a friend of mine and a very intelligent person and one of the best medical educationers that I ever knew. Was a man by the name of Franklin Bailey, and he said some very wise words to me one time. He said, "You know what? You don't always have to know what you're talking about. You just got to be able to dazzle them with the bullshit." And he was right. So, but when it comes to technology, I'm either over there in a fetal position crying, or I'm just nodding my head and accepting whatever is said. So I don't know. I'm not even going to play like I can't even dazzle people with the bullshit when it comes to technology, because after 5 minutes of listening to me, they'll know I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I don't. So I'm glad I have people like John. But yeah, I'm sorry, Sunset. I did not know that we had discussed that. Obviously, if we didn't do it, there was a reason why we didn't do it, or we just hadn't gotten around to it yet, because we're bad about either way. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. John says we have discussed it, so I don't know if it was something that he and Beth came up with a reason not to do, or we just hadn't started it yet. We don't have a bunch of time, guys, when it comes to extra stuff. Between this show, our investigations, our events, and working full-time jobs like we all do, it's hectic crazy, y'all. It really is. It takes a lot out of us physically, mentally, and financially. So it's a crazy field to get into. I tell people all the time, if you want to be amazed, if you want to be awed, if you want to be just godsmacked, get into the paranormal. But you also have to want to be tired, you have to want to be scared, and you have to want to be broke to get into that field too. So it comes with the good and the bad, but I wouldn't have it any other way, I promise you. I talked a few times about not doing this anymore, and John said, "Man, we'll be rolling you in a wheelchair or on a gurney." So, and he's probably right. I'll never stop doing this until after I've breathed my last air. So I love it. I do. I've always loved it since I'm 8. I've been in this, and it's the most. I wouldn't want to do anything else in any type of other research field. I have done a lot of other research field, and this is the most amazing. The paranormal is just the most amazing. So I suggest you get into it, but just know that there are downsides to it too. Say bye-bye to your money and your sanity. All that goes bye-bye when you start. But after about a year, you'll be all right for the first year. But then after that, yeah, you're done. But yes, he's talking to Christo, right? Some of the crazier, more radical religious groups, your free time. Yeah, exactly. You don't have any of that. You have no free time. Well, Beth has, being the amazing case manager that she is, Beth has worked it out to where we can have a little free time. She, like this weekend, we didn't have an investigation. She's worked it out. She's been sanity is overrated anyway. I agree, Michelle, way overrated. But there was a time there, guys, that we, and John will contest to this. The whole team will contest to it. There was a time there that we were doing investigations every freaking weekend, man. And it's like work, investigate, work, investigate, work, investigate. And we were only able to do one at a time. And she had us booked for weeks, months. It was crazy. Like I said, physically, mentally, and financially, it's more interesting on the crazy side. That's right. The sanity. I don't know how I call it that. The sane side is boring. That's right. The insanity side is amazing. It really is. But yeah, Beth sat down one day and she told me. She says, "Hey, is there anything that says I can't spread these things out to where we're not working an investigation every single weekend. And, financially and physically and mentally, it's killing us. And so, sanity is something that normal people think they have. That's right. Um, so I said, sure, absolutely, figure it out. And she did. And now she's got us. We're booked through October, but we're not doing investigations every single weekend now. It's not killing us, killing our pocketbooks either. So it is working out for us because of Beth. She's a great case manager. God bless her. I'm so glad we have her. But anyway, let's get back to this squirrel. Some of you more radical, like Hare Krishna, Buddhism, Reiki. There's a few others that believe that we are reincarnated. Hinduism is one of the bigger ones on reincarnation. They believe that we're all reincarnated again and again until we get it right. You're reincarnated every time you die. You just get shot back to the back of the line and get to start all over again. You get a do-over, if you will. And every time you're basically scored or graded, in so many words, and to where you are judged on whether you did good or not. And they say whenever you reach euphoria, that's whenever you're transported into the second realm. And the only way to do that is to finally live a really great life. And a lot of Buddhists are that way as well. They believe in reincarnation. So if it's reincarnation, how do we explain ghosts? Well, we could go back to the Christian way and say it's all demonic, which we know it's not. Or we could say that when we die, we don't automatically jump over to another body. We don't automatically get born. It's not like a drop-in slot where you die, you get dropped through, and before you come out the other end of the tube, you're a new baby. It's not like that. To this religious belief. Now, I'm not saying it's not like that as a fact, because I don't believe this. It's believed that we are displaced. I guess call it purgatory if you want to. Yeah, call it purgatory if that's what you want to call it, but we get to play, as far as this religious belief is, we're displaced until we're matched with a suitable body, basically. That body that's going to take us to this place that we need to be as far as destiny goes, to the people we need to be with as far as destiny goes, to the life that we need to live as far as destiny goes, so that we can have that chance to get it right this time and move on to the second parallel. So that spirit or that energy, that entity is being held until needed, basically, until they're matched or whatever, how that works. I don't know. No one does. Remember, we gotta go take notes. But until they're matched with something, they walk around in this second parallel, that second plate or second plane, however you want to say it, and are basically on standby for a body. And whenever they find one, they're able to get rebirthed. Well, why can't they walk around during, in between the two parallels? Why can't they walk around and just be while they're waiting? Well, some people say they can be, and that's where we get ghosts from, is because it's those souls that are waiting to be rebirthed. As I explain that, it sounds ridiculous to me, but that's just because of my upbringing. I can't sit here and honestly say to you 100% without a shadow of a doubt that that is wrong. Christian in me says definitely wrong. But the open-minded skeptic that you have to be in this build says, I mean, you don't know. I mean, yeah, I know about faith and everything. I do believe I'm going to heaven when I die, blah, 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 all this stuff. But the point is, at the end of the day, we don't know everything. Okay? Remember, everything's not explained to us. So, who knows how that works? You know, I think I'm right. Just like I'm sure whatever religion you guys are, you think you're right. And that Buddhist or that Hindu guy thinks he's right. You know, or that Pentecostal girl thinks that she's right. So a lot of the Christian groups, including Pentecostal, believe that when we die, we are immediately transported. We go straight to heaven. Everybody goes to heaven when you die, as far as Christianity believes. Everybody goes to heaven. Nobody goes to hell. Nobody gets shot down the tube or dropped into the lake of fire or anything like that. Everybody gets to go to heaven. The key is who gets to stay in heaven. Okay? That's where that comes in. That's where the catch-22 is. Just because you get to go to heaven doesn't mean you get to stay, but everybody goes to heaven to get judged. Every single body is going to stand outside those gates at heaven's entrance, and they're going to be judged as per their works while on earth, and whether or not they're forgiven and forgotten. Not them, but their works. And so then after that judgment comes, then we find out that we can go to heaven or hell. We see that's the reason why a lot of Christian sects, because that's what they believe, that's the reason why they believe that any ghost activity or haunting activity that we have here on earth has got to be demonic. It can't be human, because humans don't hang around. You know, they don't go pulling chains down the hallway. They don't go tapping people on the back in the, when they're in a dark room, or saying boo and playing with chains and stuff like that. They don't do that. Thankfully, neither do ghosts, but they don't get that opportunity to come back and be what they, whatever it is that what they're wanting to haunt and be that. Some beliefs, especially New Age beliefs, that when we die, we all go to heaven and then we're judged, but we're judged by ourselves. I'm not 100% on that one either, because why wouldn't everybody just say, yeah, I was a good guy, let me be whatever I want to be, unless it doesn't work that way. I don't know. Some people get confused. I believe that we are temporal beings, have a huge misconception of what eternity is. Amen to that, John. Absolutely. I believe that too. Wow, I like that. That's cool. I agree with you 100% there. We weren't told everything, guys, so don't take my, as a matter of factism, if I just made a new word, don't take my sarcasm or anything like that as me saying proof positive, because I'm not. I never will when it comes to this. I always say everybody can believe what they want to believe, because that's their relationship with their God or their creator or their belief or their religion. That's what they feel. So who am I to say you're wrong? I'll never do that. It's not my place. It's not even my place to judge you. I hear a lot of Christians say that it is our place to judge people. And then I hear some Christians say it's not our place to judge people. But I say it's not. It's definitely not my place to judge Sally, Dick, and Jane out there because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. That's none of my business. That's not their relationship between God and themselves is their business, not mine. Now, I do agree that if we see something, we see someone that we think is going to hell, I do believe we're obligated to at least talk to them about talk to them about Jesus and the truth, and just as a parent can't explain all things to a child, God can't explain all things to us. Right, absolutely. And then so you can't be in the paranormal and believe any different from that. Like I said before, Christianity has said many times that God doesn't tell us everything, but then whenever you ask them a question about the paranormal, they say, well, if that's true, God would have told us. You know, and we talked about this in the first segment, but how arrogant is that? They also say that if you investigate the paranormal, you're a devil worshiper and you're going straight to hell. So I don't worship the devil. So they interpret sections of the Bible, like in Leviticus and Deuteronomy and in Exodus. I'll get all those references for y'all on next week. But there's several in there that speak of people that have consulted, charlatans or psychics. You'll notice how I put those two names together, right? I hope you did. And they speak of the people that communicate with the dead, but the passage doesn't say that. It doesn't. That's not what it says. And we're going to get into that a lot more next week. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to do some homework for me. I'm not going to give you any passages, but I will give you some books. I want you to look at Leviticus and Deuteronomy and find out what those two chapters have to do with paranormal. Okay, find out what those two chapters have to do with the paranormal. All right, Deuteronomy and Leviticus. I want you guys to get your old Bibles out, dust them off, slowly open them so the pages don't crinkle and cut and crack. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, his ways are higher than our own. Very good, John. I agree. But I want you guys to look at Deuteronomy and Leviticus and tell me next week what they have to do with the paranormal. I'm not going to give you any passages because then you wouldn't do it. All right, so you're just going to have to be curious until you actually follow through and do it this time. But I want you guys to understand that cultures and religions, remember what I said at the beginning of this, religion is the base of evil. Religion has destroyed more countries and taken more lives and murdered more and been responsible for more death and suffering than any other thing on earth. More wars have been fought over religion than any other thing in the world, guys. It's horrible what religion does to people. I do believe in Christianity, but I don't believe in religion, because religion dares to separate us. And just whether you call your God Allah, or you call your God Jesus, or you call your God Buddha, or you call your whatever you call your God, I don't care. That's not for me to say you're right or you're wrong. But for unknown reasons, it is for them to say you are wrong. You got people like the Church of Christ, the Seventh Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, all them. All these occults, and they're occults because the true definition of an occult is any religious belief that says their way is the only way into heaven. Their way, their beliefs, their religion is the only way to get into the Father's home. It's the only way to accept the invitation of the bridal. We don't have any other way to do that. But we do. As a Pentecostal, I can look at a Church of Christ member and say, I really believe that man is going to heaven, or I really believe that young lady is going to heaven. I can do that because I have that faith that, portrayed that, watching them and interacting with them, I feel that connection. They can't do that to me. They can't turn that back around. Those religions that are cultic, they can't turn that back around and say, you know what, I believe that Pentecostal is going to heaven. They can't do that because that's not their belief system. Their belief system says that if you're not a Church of Christ, if you're not a Buddhist, if you're not a Jehovah's Witness, if you're not a Seventh-day Adventist, then you're not going to heaven. Simple as that. let's take the fact that Christianity worships God on Sundays. It's supposed to do it every day, but I mean, that's your day. You go to church and everything and spend it in His house. And, well, you know, there's some traditional Seventh-day Adventists that says that's wrong. You're going to hell because of that, because you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to worship on Saturday, because Saturday is the end of the week. Sunday is the beginning. So I don't really think God is sitting around saying, well, Johnny didn't worship me on Saturday, but he did on Sunday. To hell with him. I don't think that happens. But they do. They think that because I say that, I'm definitely going to hell. Church of Christ says that if I'm not baptized in the church, their church, by one of their elders, then I'm going to hell. It doesn't matter that I was already baptized, that I've been baptized. I have to be baptized in their church by their elders, or I'm going to hell. So any religion or faith-based belief that says our way or the highway is occultic and detrimental to their beliefs and to their believers, definitely detrimental to their believers, because they're leading them straight to hell. That's my belief. But what if they're right? Right? I don't think they are, because that's not the way the Bible is translated. That's not what the Bible says. All right? There's people in the Bible that went to heaven without being baptized. So, of course, they say it's after the day of Pentecost is when those rules came in. And I even had a Church of Christ minister tell me that, well, there are exceptions. I think God makes exceptions to certain people. My God don't make no exceptions. He's straightforward, brother. But the point I'm trying to make is different religions view the afterlife in different ways. And look at the American Indian. The American Indian felt that if a lot of the tribes felt that if the body of the deceased was not burned in an open burn, if it wasn't burned, it is unable to ascend into the world of gods, into the ancestral heaven. They believe that ghosts are real, but those ghosts are ancestral, and that they don't really view ancestrals as gods, but they give them godlike capabilities and godlike. They believe that when we die, we go to a different place and rule the place that we're on now. So there's no need for heaven or hell. We die, and if we're a good hunter, or we're a good provider for our family, or we're a good tribesman, or whatever the case may be, and then we die and we're buried through fire, then we can rise up. Our ashes and smoke will rise up and be with the gods, be with the ancestors. And they don't call them gods, don't get me wrong. And if there's a Native American out there, don't think that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's what they call them, ancestors. And once a life is fulfilled, no matter the age, they're able to continue in that second parallel, that second plane, and continue to rule over, look over, take care of, judge, punish, reward, whatever the case may be. So that's as far as I want to go tonight. Next Sunday we will be talking about, I'm going to give you guys references next Sunday, definitely, and we're going to talk about the passages that they come from and the interpretations of those passages. You guys remember, look up Leviticus and Deuteronomy and see what you can find in those two chapters about the paranormal, and then report back to me next week with your homework. And don't come in here talking about my dog ate it either, because I don't believe that. All right, but no, just if you guys want to and you want to follow along and have a little bit of advantage over everyone else, then yeah, do that. Go look up Leviticus and Deuteronomy and see what they have to do with the paranormal. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for being with us. I can't wait to see you guys next week. Every week goes by when the nights, I'm not going to kid you guys, the nights I don't get to do Cappy Live for whatever the reason. And I thought tonight was going to be one of those nights because it was, my phone was all messed up and I couldn't get it to accept the Cappy YouTube, and I had to go in and put it in Google and change the password and go to put it in YouTube and change that. I mean, it was crazy. But I did finally get it done, thank goodness, and I was able to spend a little time with you guys, and that makes my week go by so much better when I get to hang out with you guys on Sundays. I appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate all the support. You guys keep us going. Remember, I want to point out something that we've already talked about, but I want to reiterate. If we get to 3,000 subs, 3K subs, John and I will do a live of getting this tattooed somewhere on our bodies. All right, this Cappy emblem right here, this one right here. We'll get that tattooed on our bodies live and let you watch. So let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. It has a lot of brainwashing. Yes, it does. Amen, Michelle. Oda Gill. Yeah. Some Native Americans believe that all that is good moves on to the next world and what is bad is left here to dissolve. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, some of them. You're right. I was going to say no, not really dissolve, but yeah, I'll go with that. We're going to talk about a little bit more in depth on what they believe because it really hits on what the afterlife could be. So pray for Johnny. He has been having issues with his head. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, definitely give me a prayer, guys, if you don't mind. My head has been, my nerves and my head has been really bad. I've been dealing with a lot of pain, and I've had a few panic attacks, and they're not fun. The last one I had, I was actually working. No, I had one actually today, but that was totally different reason. But the one I had before the last one, I was working, and I actually thought I was having a heart attack when I first started. But that little voice in the back of my head saying, "Hey, you're not having a heart attack. You're having a panic attack. Just calm down." But yeah, I've been having some panic attacks here lately, and been having some a lot of chest pain, and my head has just been booming. My freaking knee started hurting like the middle of yesterday. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I've banged it up a million times, but usually it doesn't hurt unless I bang it or twist it. But it just decided to start hurting and it hadn't stopped. So yeah, thank you, John, for bringing that up. I completely forgot about it. You guys put me on your prayer list. It's not just the pain, but it's dealing with the pain. You know, and it's really hard. So my nerves are that, and some personal issues. It just is killing me. So you guys definitely put my sorry sack self on your prayer list, please. Also, I want you guys to remember Morgan. Not Morgan. And remember Morgan too. She's a sweetheart. But remember Margot. If you guys remember Katie and Margot, Katie's on tonight. One of her really great friends since early childhood is Margot. She's a great friend of Cappy as well. She's usually on the show with us. I'm not going to go in detail what she's dealing with because we don't have to know. God knows. But just add Margot to your prayer list as well, please. And I know there's a couple of other ones that told me to put someone on their prayer list, and I forgot. So please remind me, you guys. Or you can put it on next week's show too. I don't have to be the one that always does prayer lists. You can throw them up here too. We're currently at 2,160 something. So if we can get to 3,000, John and I are getting that tattooed on our body somewhere. The barometric pressure causes an elbow to hurt. It sure does. I agree with you. I used to think people were crazy saying that, but when it was raining and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right. It sure does. I don't think they're crazy no more. But I love you guys so much. I wouldn't do this without you. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't do the show if it wasn't someone here to talk to. I would do the show because a lot of our viewers view after the show. But we love you guys, and we hope you keep coming back, and we hope you keep supporting Cappy and the Real Paranormal, not this crap that's out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in every week and letting me drop my spiel and my uneducated knowledge. We're just kidding. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. Wouldn't do it without you. We'll see you guys next week. I want you to do me a huge favor between now and Sunday. I don't care if it's a friend, family member, or someone just passing you on the street. Do me a huge favor and make someone smile from ear to ear. Never go wrong when you do that. I don't care how you got to do it. Just make them smile. All right? We love you guys. We'll hope you have a paranormal weekend. We will see you next Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Cappy Paranormal. We love you guys. Good night.